everyone, myself Bhautik Trivedi, working as an assistant professor in IT ICT department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of security mechanism and cryptanalytic attack. That's the part of the unit number 1 in information and network security subject. So in a previous session already you know the concept of two. One, that is the security attack, and second one, that is the security services. In today's session the major fully focus on the concept of security mechanism and cryptanalytic attack. So let's start with the concept of security mechanism. So first of all, how many types of security mechanism generally? So there are really two types of security mechanism. One, that is known as a specific security mechanism, and second one, that is known as a pervasive security mechanism. Specific security mechanism and pervasive security mechanism, what is the difference between that? In your syllabus, specific security mechanism, that's the part of your syllabus, but in case of the pervasive security mechanism, that's not a part of your syllabus in information and network security subject. So specific security mechanism means what? That directly integrated into the appropriate protocol layer in order to provide some of the OSI security services. Means if you want to provide the different OSI service security services, and for this the requirement of the different security mechanism, so that is under the category of the specific security mechanism. Second one, that is the pervasive security mechanism. Pervasive security mechanism, that's not integrated to any particular OSI security services or protocol layer. So up to this, at least you know mainly two type of mechanism. One, that is known as a specific security mechanism, and second one, that is known as a pervasive security mechanism. So let's start with the concept of first one, security mechanism. But currently, according to the syllabus, specific security mechanism, that is the part of that. So let's start with the one by one. Start with the first one, that is known as a encipherment. Each and every word, that's the technical one. So must remember the technical name for each and every mechanism. So first one, that is the encipherment. So what is the meaning of encipherment here? So encipherment means you directly apply the concept of hiding or covering data using mathematical algorithm. So encipherment means you can directly apply the data hiding also. Second important term regarding specific security mechanism, that is known as a digital signature. So digital signature means what? The sender can electronically sign the data and receiver can electronically verify the signature. Means whenever you talk about the digital signature, that support the two phase. One, that is the signing the data, and second one, that is the verifying the data. After that, point number 3, that is known as a access control. Already you know in a previous session, what do you mean by access control? Access control means this particular resource can be accessed by this particular user with using this particular right, that can be treated as a access control. So here access control means a variety of mechanism that enforce the access right to a resources. After that, data integrity. Again I repeat, data integrity means between the sender to receiver, whatever the data you send, that remains as it is, that remains intact. So you can directly say that integrity is maintained, but in between any change is that you can directly treat it, the integrity is violated. So for the data integrity, a variety of mechanism, that's the part of that providing the integrity of a data unit or stream of data units. After that, authentication exchange. What is the meaning of authentication exchange here? Two entities exchange some of the messages to prove their identity, that can be known as a authentication exchange. Means providing the identity, prove their identity to each other to exchange something, that is known as a authentication exchange. So up to this, at least you know the 5 specific security mechanism. Again I repeat the name, must remember the name. First one, that is the encipherment. Second one, that is the digital signature. Third one, that is the access control. Fourth one, that is the data integrity. And fifth one, that is known as a authentication exchange. After that, another important 3 specific security mechanism. One, that is known as a traffic padding. After that, that is known as a routing control, and another one, that is the notarization. So let's start with the concept of traffic padding. All of you know what is the meaning of padding. Padding means what? Whenever you insert something, so the insertion of a bits into the gaps in a data stream to frustrate the traffic analysis attempts. That's why whatever the technique used, that is known as a traffic padding. Again, I repeat, you providing the insertion of a bits into a gap of a traffic data stream to the traffic to frustrate the traffic analysis attempts. That's why using the concept that is known as a traffic padding. After that, routing control. What is the meaning of routing control here? You can directly select and continuously changing the routes between sender and receiver to prevent opponent from eavesdropping. Means continuously you changing the route between the sender and receiver. So that's why using the technique that is known as a routing control. And another one technique, the name of the technique, that is known as a notarization. What is the meaning of notarization here? Notarization means using of a trusted third party to assure and control the communication. Means whatever the assurance is, that whatever the controlling of the communication is, that can be treated by a trusted third party, that is known as a concept of notarization. So that's about the concept of specific security mechanism. So that is almost 8. Each and every term, that's the technical term. So you must remember the name of each and every term properly. So up to this, at least you know the concept of security attack, you know the concept of security services, and you know the concept of security mechanism. After that, in a unit number 1, another important topic, that is known as a model for network security. Model for network security, here you just see the diagram. Fully focus on this particular diagram, because all of you know whenever I sending the message between sender to receiver, how I transmit the information and how I follow the model for network security. So here you just see that is the message that is sent by the sender. That is the secret information. But if I want to generate the secret information, so whatever the secret information I pass here, that is directly passed to the security related transformation. After that, whatever I generate, that is known as a secure message. After that, whatever the secure message, that is directly treated by the opponent. But whatever the secure message, that is directly transmitted from the information channel. At the receiver side, whatever the secure message it received, again it applying the secret information, again it apply the security related transformation, and whatever the message received by the recipient and whatever the message sending by the sender, that remains intact or not, you can directly check this message. So whatever the between the sender and receiver, whatever one trusted third party is there, if you want to apply the trusted third party, so either you apply the arbiter on that or distributor of secret information. That is known as a model for network security. The main fundamentals of the model for network security is that between sender and receiver, you apply the security related transformation with using the concept of secret information, and whatever the message you generate, that is known as a secure message here. So that is about the model for network security. After that, normal introduction about the encryption and decryption, because all of you know in sender sending the message, whatever the message sending by the sender, you can directly apply the encryption on that. After applying the encryption, whatever it generate, that is known as a one ciphertext. Whatever the ciphertext, it directly apply onto the decryption. After decryption, it directly retrieving the plain text, and that is received by the receiver. Normal overview of the encryption and decryption is that plain text plus key is equal to ciphertext. Ciphertext plus key plus decryption and algorithm is equal to plain text. So that is about the concept of the encryption and decryption. After that, symmetric cipher model. Whenever you talk about the information and network security subject, so mainly two type of encryption is that. One, that is known as a symmetric encryption, and second one, that is known as a asymmetric encryption. Must remember one thing, in symmetric encryption, using the sender sender and receiver using the same key. But in case of the asymmetric encryption, sender and receiver using the different key. So here you just see in symmetric cipher model, plain text is that. First of all, whatever the plain text, that is directly passed to the encryption algorithm. In encryption algorithm, using the concept of key, must remember one thing, secret key that is shared by the sender and receiver, so that remain as it is for the encryption algorithm as well as the decryption algorithm. Whatever you generate, that can be treated as a transmitted ciphertext. How I generate the transmitted ciphertext? Y is equal to E in bracket K comma X. What is the meaning of X here? X means message. What is the meaning of K here? K means key. What is the meaning of E here? E means encryption algorithm. And what is the meaning of Y here? Y means that is the ciphertext. After that, whatever the ciphertext, it directly apply to the decryption algorithm. Must remember one thing, secret key that is shared by the sender and receiver, that remain as it is. So for the encryption, whatever the key used by here, that remain as it is for the decryption algorithm, and whatever you receive, that can be treated as a plain text output. Means first of all you apply the plain text as an input. After that you generating a ciphertext from that. In ciphertext you apply the decryption algorithm on that. After applying decryption algorithm, you receive the plain text as a output. That's about the concept of the symmetric cipher model. After that, the concept of the cryptanalysis. So mainly two type of attack, that is the part of the security. One that is known as a cryptanalysis, cryptanalytic attack, and second one that is known as a brute force attack. So what is the meaning of cryptanalysis? What is the meaning of cryptanalyst? What is the meaning of cryptanalysis? So cryptanalysis means that's a one kind of technique. So that is generally used for the attacking purpose. That directly depends on the nature of the algorithm and some knowledge about the general characteristics of the plain text and ciphertext pair. So with using this type of attack, you can directly exploit the characteristics of the algorithm to attempt to a specific plain text or derive the key being used. Means that is about the cryptanalysis attack. Second one, brute force attack. What is the meaning of brute force attack? Brute force attack means in this particular attack you apply every possible key on a piece of ciphertext until an intelligible translation into the plain text is obtained. Means you can directly apply the different key of a different variation until a particular plain text is obtained. So you can directly say that on average half of all possible key must be tried to achieve the success. So that is about the concept of the cryptanalysis and brute force attack. So whenever you talk about this, mainly two type of attack. One that is known as a cryptanalytic attack, and second one that is the brute force attack. And this particular topic, that is the part of that's the last topic of this particular chapter also. So only one topic remaining in this particular chapter. So here you just see, start with the different cryptanalytic attack. That's very simple. At least you know the type of the attack and you know the this particular thing known by the cryptanalyst. So whenever you talk about the attacks on a encrypted messages or cryptanalytic attacks, so at that time the first one, the type of the attack, that is known as a ciphertext only. So ciphertext only attack. So in this particular attack, the attacker, the cryptanalyst, known to which particular thing. So here you just see one diagram for that. One Alice know the ciphertext, Bob know the ciphertext. So ciphertext only attack only focus on the encryption algorithm and ciphertext. So ciphertext only fully focus on the encryption algorithm and ciphertext. That is about the attack number one. Attack number two, non-plain text. Non-plain text means what? At that time, cryptanalysts know the encryption algorithm also. Cryptanalysts know the ciphertext also. And one or more plain text ciphertext pair formed with the secret key also known by the cryptanalyst. That's why that is known as a non-plain text attack. Again I repeat, must remember one thing, what is the difference? Whenever you talk about the non-plain text, so that focus on the three part. One, at cryptanalysts know the encryption algorithm, cryptanalysts know the ciphertext, and cryptanalysts know the one or more plain text ciphertext pair formed with the secret key. Attack number 3. After non-plain text, then after the chosen plain text. Chosen plain text and non-plain text, what is the difference? In this, it know the encryption algorithm, it know the ciphertext, and it know the plain text message chosen by the cryptanalyst. Here, particular plain text that can be chosen by the cryptanalyst. You just see the difference in a diagram also. In case of the previous one, whatever the selection, that is the part of the attacker side. But here, that is the part of the ally side. Here you just see the A directly selecting the pair from this. After that, attack number 4, chosen ciphertext. Again, the procedure remains as it is, only change at the right hand side. Whatever the selection from the left hand side in a previous one, here you just see in a chosen ciphertext, encryption algorithm, ciphertext, and ciphertext chosen by the cryptanalyst with its corresponding decrypted plain text generated with the secret key. And the last one, last attack, that is the chosen text. Means at that time it know the encryption algorithm, it know the ciphertext, it know the plain text chosen by the cryptanalyst with its corresponding ciphertext generated with the secret key. It select by the ciphertext chosen by the cryptanalyst with its corresponding decrypted plain text generated with the secret key. So in this particular case, it directly selecting each and everything. So that's the chosen text, means ciphertext chosen by the cryptanalyst, plain text chosen by the cryptanalyst, each and everything chosen by the cryptanalyst. So that is about the concept of the attacks on an encrypted message, mainly 5 types. So that's all about the today's session. In this particular session, fully focus on the 2 part. One, that is the security mechanism. Then after the concept of the cryptography. Then after the cryptanalysis and different cryptanalysis attack. That is the part of this particular unit. So thank you for watching.